Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the following is another exciting episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He's the trickle dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second quarter, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go. Catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana. Now they love him in Japan. No cap. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guest with us tonight, he's actually an alumni guest from our 15 Minutes of Fandom segment. He was on our show last year. I believe, if I'm correct, to be more specific, last fall. But he's back at it again with us. Everybody, please welcome to the show, Joey.
Hello.
Woo!
Thank you.
So we were supposed to have his best friend Trevor on with us. Trevor may join us a bit. So if you see somebody just show up out of the blue, don't be alarmed. It's just Trevor.
Yep.
But yeah, so basically what we're doing today, for those of you that watched our Instagram story and follow us on Instagram, we're actually doing a WWE Hell in a Cell 2021 prediction. We're doing a predictions episode like we normally do before every pay-per-view. And that's what we're doing right now. So if you have any predictions of your own, feel free to put it in the comments. Or if you want, we're going to be having some polls set up on Twitter where you can actually pick and choose who you think are gonna is gonna come with the winner. So you could do that as well too. But yeah, how do y'all feel about this pay-per-view so far?
Nah. I'm only excited to see Bianca and Bailey. I want to see that match. That's the one match I want to see.
Definitely. I think that's one of my favorite matches. I'm excited for the card as well.
Okay. I think it's gonna be a pretty decent card. There's a lot of repeat matches that we've seen before. I mean,
Yep.
We got Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre again. We got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. And now we got Bianca Belair versus Bailey again. Alexa Bliss and Shayna Baszler. That's a new one. Okay, fine. That'll be interesting.
Yep.
Got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. To be honest, I followed their feud ever since their Ring of Honor days, and I never grew tired of what this feud is one of the most. I don't know if they're on. Okay, I'd say their feud is probably one of the most slept on feuds, but I could never get tired of watching them battle. It's like watching Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat.
Same thing.
I
never get tired of it.
Yeah. And then there's also Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Hopefully after this match, if Cesaro comes away the winner, he can actually go ahead and get another shot at Roman Reigns. Definitely. I would like to see that again.
Yes, that match was great.
Yeah. Hold on, my screen is frozen. Give me a second.
All right, that's fine.
But yeah, I am ready for that Bailey and Bianca match. That match they're gonna tear it down.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was watching last night, man. Otis, man, shaved his beard off. Them two, I think they're gonna make some noise in the tag team division. That double team move they had was nasty. That little German suplex clothesline. Woo.
Oh, that looks so good. Maybe he was paying a homage to Harper or what's in Brody Lee, but that distance clothesline as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that. I was like, ooh, I want to know what that's called because that thing was nasty. I was like, oh.
Well, it does make sense that Gabe was doing a German suplex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gable, man, he'll throw anybody around, man. I watch him do that, man. I like when he grabs them, waist lock, and pushes them into the corner, and then rolls with them, just picks them up, boom.
It's a great move. One of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah. Oh yeah. You execute German suplex right. Oh man, that's awesome. Remy's back.
Yeah, I'm back at it again.
Word up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch how this card goes, and I'm past the point where I'm not fed up with WWE. I'm just watching. Like I'm just checking to see how things go, and
Definitely.
trust that the booking creative department, that is, know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think the thing with WWE is that you just got to give them time, man. People want everything like right here, right now. I mean,
Yes, everyone does.
you just got to give them time. But hey, what's up, Alicia? Shout out to Alicia, the Warrior Princess. She's our mod over on Twitch. Alicia, hope everything's going good for you over there in good old California. But yeah. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So
Okay.
the first match we have is singles match. It's going to be the Swiss Superman, Cesaro, versus, what was he calling himself now? The Thursday Night Savior or whatever. Seth Rollins, the Architect, Mr. Drip.
Yep.
Rob, who you got for this match, man?
This one might be a sleeper match too, man, because they can both go. But I'm going Seth Rollins. We're going with that Friday Night Drip. You know what I mean? I think Seth Rollins is going to take this one. I think they're going to end up fighting again. I think for the rubber match, at SummerSlam.
Yes.
So I think Seth Rollins will get this, and then maybe they have some crazy match at SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Because I've heard that they're going to treat this year's SummerSlam like WrestleMania, because everybody's going to be able to come around and do all that thing. So do their thing. So I'm going to go Seth Rollins on this one, but it's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match.
That's what they should have been doing with the Big Four. Just
Mm-hmm.
make everyone like a surprise, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vince doesn't get it. You got to take care of your fans. It's not the shareholders or the big wigs that you have meetings with. It's the fans that put money in your pockets, man.
Yep.
The big wigs aren't gonna buy every seat at every event that you have. No, they'll run broke and then they'll leave. It's your fan. You gotta take care of your fans, man.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia, I'm sorry. Is it Alicia or Alicia? I know you told me, but she said Cesaro all the way. All right, okay. Joey, who you got, man?
I had the same mindset as Rob. Like, I'm thinking that Seth Rollins is going to win this one. Then there's going to be a big rubber match that's going to end it all. WrestleMania, they tore the house down. Probably one of my favorite matches ever. Like that, I'm really excited to see them go at it again. I think Cesaro is going to. No, not Cesaro. Seth Rollins is going to pick it, like, get the win, but it's not going to be like a clean. Like he might get involved with Roman Reigns and the Usos, but I'm not certain on that.
Yeah. Honestly, who I think is going to win, I think it's going to be Cesaro. But it'll be interesting. I mean, I may be a bit disappointed if Seth Rollins win, but I'll be curious as to okay, he won this match. Where are they going to go from here? Because they're not going to put Seth Rollins against Roman Reigns. They're not going to do heel versus heel. If they do that, I would not mind. I wouldn't mind seeing two egos go at it. Like you have the Thursday Night Savior at the head of the table going at it against each other. I would be all for it. I would sit down and personally watch that, because you got a different Roman Reigns and a different Seth Rollins, facing off. I definitely wouldn't mind that.
Yep.
So yeah, but it'll be interesting. The next match we have is a singles match, and like I said before, I never tire of seeing these two battles. Like it's always like, and for those of you that have been following them since Ring of Honor, you know what I mean. But we have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the millionth time. Rob, who you got for this one, man?
This one's actually going to be a good match too. Yeah, but like you said, it's for the millionth time, and yeah. It's like you said earlier, man. It's like Steamboat and Flair, Flair and Sting. You can just watch them. Peanut butter and jelly. Just you just watch them forever. Just go together. But you know what? I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens on this one, man. I think Kevin Owens is gonna get this, and I think he might, they might, maybe get a run at the IC belt or something. Make him, have him chase it or something. Maybe build him up. But yeah, I think Kevin Owens will win this one.
How about you, Joey? Who are you going with?
Well, like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they always tear it down. Like you can never get tired of them. They're in my opinion, like they are the modern John Cena and Randy Orton. Like they will, no matter what, they will always have a great match together. And whenever they have a match, I always think it can go 50-50, but you never know what they're going to do with creative next week. So I think because there's no Logan Paul, I think Sami Zayn might win this one. Because I'm thinking that Kevin Owens won Mania, Sami Zayn could win this, and that could lead them into a triple threat with the IC Championship as well.
Right. And that's another. You mentioned John Cena and Randy Orton. That's another great feud right there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely enjoyed the series of matches they had. But matter of fact, Rob, note to self: we gotta go back to our topics episodes, man. Where we used to talk about topics and so on. Mm-hmm. I miss that, man. There's so much
talk too. Right now. Yeah, I miss that too.
But and Alicia the Warrior Princess said she's going with Owens. Yeah, I can see that. Me, I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. Because Sami Zayn has always been a tricky guy, and I have a good feeling that he's gonna be ready for Kevin Owens, and he's gonna pull off something. And I've always rooted for Sami because Kevin Owens has always been he's had his time with the world title and whatnot, and I like seeing Sami Zayn win, man, because he's just as good. Just that, like to me, when I see Sami Zayn reminds me of Christian.
Yes.
Christian was like Sean. I don't know if you guys, Rob. I know you watched the Wayans Brothers. Joey, I don't know if you watched the Wayans Brothers, but it was like Sean and Marlon Wayans. All the girls are looking at Sean, but then there's Marlon, he's just there, and. When I see Sami Zayn, I see that. I see Marlon Wayans. I see Christian. Great talent, but nobody really wants to give him the ball. Nobody really sees, or people hardly see the potential he has as a solo performer. Mm-hmm. So I really hope that Sami Zayn picks up the win. I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. That's what I'm gonna stick with.
All right.
He's definitely going to make it happen. So the next match that we have is a singles match. Mrs. Fiend, Alexa Bliss. That's might as well call it that because nobody knows what's happening with Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
Versus Shayna Baszler.
Ooh.
Rob, who you got for this one, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with the upset of the century. Baszler's going to win this one. Nah, I'm just joking. Man, Alexa Bliss is getting this one, man.
Hey, you never know, man. Mm-hmm. You never know.
Yeah, that is true. But, I don't see them, because isn't Nadal in timeout now, too, and all that, man. But, I think there's going to be some chicanery and shenanigans and supernatural stuff going on. I just don't know what. But, I think Bliss is going to win. I want to know if she's going to spit blood and all that kind of stuff, something crazy.
You never know what may happen, man. Look at guys like the 1-2-3 Kid and Barry Horowitz. Nobody saw them winning, and it happened.
Yep.
Yeah, he called Chris Candido with that roller. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was something. And then look at the Major Brothers. Well, now they're Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. Nobody saw them winning in their debut match, and they made it happen.
Yep.
So, things can happen. Joey, who are you going with, man?
Okay, I say this one's kind of hard because I feel like they can go either way, but I feel like, but at the same time, they mess up the Fiend, so I feel like at the same time they can mess up Alexa Bliss, but It's kind of weird seeing Shayna wrestle 1-on-1 again, but I miss that kind of Shayna. Like, we need that beast back.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we also need this Alexa to stay strong as well. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure who's going to take the win for this. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Alexa, though.
Okay. And Alicia, the Warrior Princess said she's going with Alexa. All right. I'm gonna go with Shayna.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Shayna, but the thing is, this is not the end. Because even if she picks up the win, Alexa Bliss is gonna play some post-match mind game with her and freak her out.
Yes.
I do like what they're doing with Alexa Bliss. I've always thought Alexa's been a great in-ring competitor. The woman's only 5 feet, but man, I like what they're doing. And then the way she looked at Reginald, I was like, whew. I was like, man, that was some kind of I guess what, Fatal Attraction, kind of like Get Out, kind of like movie type ish. Like she was looking at the guy like, and Reginald's like,
yeah, I was wondering if she's gonna do the zombie mind trick, be like,
and I was like, what? I was like, Reginald, I was like, run, Reggie, run, man, don't stay there, man. You and Nia just get out of there, man.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Shayna on this one, but it's going to be trippy.
All right.
So the next match we have is a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. The EST of WWE, Bianca Belair versus the role model, Miss Ding Dong Hello Bailey. So this is gonna be something. Rob, who you got for this one, man?
Oh, this is probably my match of the night right here. They're gonna just kill it in there, the Hell in a Cell match. But yeah, Bailey, it's gonna be ding dong ditch for her because Bianca, she's gonna dominate, and I think she's gonna win this match. I don't see Bianca losing anytime soon. She's just on fire and just dominating too much right now.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with Bianca. But it's probably gonna be the match of the night. It's gonna be with that. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Awesome. How about you, Joey? Who are we going with?
Well, I think it's going to be Bianca, not because I think Bailey's going to lose, because I think Bianca's going to hold that title forever, like for like a really, really long time. And they just kind of need to throw out some people with her, and Bailey's like a good first feud for her. Like, it would make no sense for Bailey. It would make no sense for Bianca just to drop it at Bailey just because, like Bianca's like she's like the new woman that they're building up. Like it's going to be great. Just like let her like steamroll everything. It's going to be a great Hell in a Cell match as well.
Yeah. And Alicia the Warrior Princess says she's going with Bailey. Okay, I can see. So Bianca or Bailey? I don't. This is a tough one, man. But Bianca just got the title. So I think it's going to. I think it's going to stay with Bianca. Bianca's going to retain. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to be. And I like how they're building her up. The next thing I want to see Bianca do. She's beaten Sasha Banks cleanly. She's beaten Bailey cleanly.
Yep.
Next two people I want to see her go over are Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
Once she can do that, especially over somebody like a Charlotte Flair, there is no denying she's the EST.
Definitely.
There is no denying that she is not just the next big black superstar, but the next big superstar, period. There's no stopping. And I think she needs a win over those two, and I really hope it happens very soon. Hopefully before Becky goes to Hollywood, because from what I heard is that before she got pregnant last year, she was supposed to she was getting some roles offered to her in Hollywood. And I think John Cena and The Rock. Don't quote me on this. Hey, anything y'all hear that any kind of rumors y'all hear, for those of y'all listening and watching out there, do not quote us on this. Because I'm a person, I just read dirt sheets, but I don't use them as a Bible, as the number one source, because things could change. There could be people that are planted that are giving wrong information. But from what I heard, rumor has it that she was going to Hollywood because she'd been offered some roles. So hopefully, if that's the case, and I have a gut feeling she's gonna be back in a limited capacity, like how The Rock was back in the early 2000s.
All right.
I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen with her. But hopefully, before she gets too busy, we can get that match with her and Bianca, and that's pretty much Bianca get the win over her, and not just like a roll up, because believe it or not, for those of y'all listening, the four horse there have been people that have gotten victories over all four of those women, but it's been but it's been like a roll up or whatnot, or by DQ. Rarely. I mean, if I can name one person that has gotten victories over all four of them cleanly, it would be Asuka. Asuka's done that.
Yep.
I know Tamina got some, but that was and I'm talking like 1-on-1, not like in a tag team match or like a six woman. I'm talking like 1-on-1. And Asuka's done that, and I think Tamina may have, but yeah.
And not to mention people beating all four horsewomen. This is probably before Becky became the man, because after the man, has not been stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, the four horsewomen are kind of like the Shield. Like, if you beat all three, that means you're pretty much a badass. Like Drew McIntyre Drew McIntyre hasn't beaten Roman yet, but Braun Strowman has beaten them, and I can't think who else. I know some. Oh, Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
So that means you're like a level superstar if you do that. But I digress. The next match that we have is a singles match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley, the defending champion, versus her not twin, Charlotte Flair. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they do kind of look similar. Like, if Rhea Ripley were to grow her long hair, I think they're like the same height. They would look like they're sisters, like fraternal twins or something.
See that?
But yeah, Rob, who you got for this one, man?
See, I circle Rhea Ripley for this match because I'm kind of wondering what Nikki Cross is going to do. Is Nikki Cross going to interfere? Mess with Charlotte or Rhea, one or the other? So she can maybe get her shot or whatever. Because if you look at the women's roster on Raw, it's looking a little thin. They got to build somebody up. For Rhea to fight other than Charlotte. So.
True.
Hopefully, they do something with Nikki. Maybe I'm thinking she's going to interfere some way, but I'm going to give it to Rhea Ripley.
Awesome, Joey. How about you, man? Who are you going with?
Now that you mentioned Nikki Cross, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Like, I can see Rhea taking down Charlotte. Charlotte does her own thing, then Nikki could be the next challenger. But I had the same mindset with Bianca than I had with Rhea. Rhea is the new star. She's gonna hold that championship for a while, and that they're just personally need to build up. And I don't see it just randomly losing it to Charlotte. But it is Charlotte, so yes, she could randomly lose it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, who am I going to go with? I'm gonna have to go with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's gonna. I mean, it's. I don't like saying it's too soon, because WWE they tend to do surprises and whatnot.
Okay.
But I think this time Rhea Ripley's definitely gonna take the she's gonna get the win on this one. This is what's gonna elevate her to, becoming that competitor, beating Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a match. It's gonna be a hell of a match. Nikki Cross, I'd like to see Nikki Cross get thrown in the mix. I'd like to see Nikki Cross eventually win a title.
Same.
They should have never changed her. If you ask me, they should have never changed her from being the crazy, wild
The Twisted Sister.
savage that she was, running
Yeah.
to the ring and
Sanity thing.
yeah, pretty much. But as with with professional wrestling, as y'all, I mean, especially you, Rob, you watching it as long as or a bit longer than I have, um, you know that character development and character evolution is a must. You can't stay the same person all the time because eventually that will shorten your career.
Yep.
We've seen it with people like Stone Cold. When he was stunning, then he was the ring master and he's Stone Cold. We've seen it with people like The Rock and especially The Undertaker and Chris Jericho. You always got to keep reinventing yourself and freshening up your character. So I don't like it, the new Nikki. I rather the established Nikki, but like I said, sometimes you just got, like I said, with WWE, sometimes you just got to sit back and watch.
Yep. We're also talking about like good character changes. Like think what the Miz did. Came like just the awesome guy into the Hollywood, like replacing The Rock. Like he did. That was such a great character change.
Ooh, man, the Miz. I remember. It's funny. I remember how the Miz just come out with his shorts, his beach trousers.
Yeah, the Hello I'm Awesome or something like that.
Yeah, and he had his bedazzled fedora and his scarf. Look like he's trying to be an Ed Hardy model. So, but yeah, yeah, that's something. So, Joe, you said you're going with who? You said you're going with?
I said I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, Rhea.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Rhea on this one too. I got a feeling she's definitely gonna pick up the win on this one. So the next and final match that we have is a last chance Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. Yes, last chance meaning that it's gonna be Bobby Lashley, the defending champion, versus with MVP in his corner versus Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre loses, he can no longer challenge for that title. I would have to say this is gonna be an interesting match. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all picks and then I'm gonna give mine. But Rob, what you got for this one, man?
Man, I circled Bobby Lashley on this one because I think they're going to go a different direction or whatever. And I heard rumors or something about Brock might be back, man. So I'm like, just get that Brock Lashley fight, or if they don't do that, hope maybe Brock and Roman or something, with Paul Heyman like caught in the middle, like what do I do, stuff like that. But I'm going with Lashley, man. But I think there's going to be definitely some interference. MVP is going to do something. Somebody's going to come in, or there might be a surprise somewhere because they got to do something because they took the the Ray and Roman match and put it on last night. So man, I'm hoping they got a big surprise up their sleeve. Something crazy is going to happen. But I'm going with Lashley.
Awesome, Joey. Who you going with, man?
I'm as well going as Lashley because I have multiple just like thoughts. Like when Mania happened, I said either Drew's gonna have his moment and then he's gonna keep running it through. Either Bobby's gonna win it and then Drew's gonna win it the next night, so because a nice crowd win, or Bobby's gonna win it and hold it a long time as well. And Bobby won, and so I feel like he's gonna hold it for a little bit longer. But I feel like because now this is the last chance thing for Drew, like we need to do something with him. And I'm not sure if this is the best idea, but we could see The Fiend come back because we could see two megastars with The Fiend and Drew McIntyre colliding. And then they can see someone else with Lashley. Not sure who, though.
I'm going to have to go with Lashley. Lashley's going to pick this up. And quite frankly, Rob, you mentioned Brock coming back and Brock versus Lashley and Heyman in the middle. If Brock versus Roman, I wouldn't put it past Heyman to abandon Brock. He's done it before. He's left. He's turned on Brock before for Big Show. I wouldn't be surprised if he told Brock something like, "Hey, Brock, you're old now. You're 40, you're 44, halfway to 50. Roman is the young new blood to take over. You had your time. Your services are no longer needed. Now Brock is in a face position." leading up to that confrontation. I wouldn't. That'd be pretty good booking.
Yep.
But what I would not mind seeing happening is Bobby Lashley retaining and keeping it until Survivor Series. And the same thing with Roman Reigns. And if WWE does what I expect them to do, where they have the brand versus brand series of matches, is have Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. Both men are powerhouses. Bobby has a bit of an edge because he's an MMA fighter as well.
Yes.
Roman has a bit of an edge because he grew up watching, grew up with this. His family is in this. And he's also a bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
And both men have great managers in their corner. MVP, Paul Heyman. So could you imagine MVP and Paul Heyman like having a verbal war with each other? Could you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun.
That would be something. And if you ask me, I've always had faith in MVP. I always said MVP was the WWE champion that should have been. And he's great as a heel. And the man can talk. The man can talk. And that's why it didn't happen back in the 2000s. I don't know, but I'm glad he's getting a second breath to do his thing. So I'm really hoping they go that direction. Save The Rock versus Roman for Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or something. I mean, yeah, they can do that. But that's what I'm hoping for right now.
That's right.
So and Alicia, the Warrior Princess, just chose Drew McIntyre all the way. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Huh?
If Drew McIntyre wins, I don't know how I feel. Like I'd be like, yeah, I mean, it's great because he won. It'd be great if he won it in front of if he got to defend in front of a live crowd. I don't know how I feel about him holding the game. He's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong, but like, he beat Bobby Lashley. Okay, what's next? Like, what are you gonna do next?
Definitely.
What if he beats Lashley and then it's like, yeah, I slayed Lashley, and then next night on Raw, Brock comes out and beats Drew, and it's like, I got my win back. You know what I mean? I've been waiting a year for this. Over a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't mind.
Because when Brock won that Money in the Bank, I did not see that coming at all. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, somebody hurt, and then he come out and was like, really? Well, okay.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with that. That was just all that hard work. He comes and he sits his big ass up on the ladder, and then I'm like,
I know.
I was screaming when that was happening. I was like, no, stop. This isn't allowed.
Yeah, because it's like, man, it was I didn't see it coming. Like, wow, okay, all right.
I was never so disappointed. I haven't been that disappointed when I saw CM Punk cashing on Jeff Hardy. I was like, this sucks. I was so salty that I was like, you know what? Screw you, CM Punk. You'll never be as big as Jeff Hardy. And I guess he heard me. He's like, okay, I got something for you, Remy. 2 years later, does the pipe bomb promo. After that, his popularity soars sky high to the point where even once he leaves, 3 years after that, when he left in 2014, and he didn't come back until 2019. So for those 5 years, they kept chanting his name.
Yep.
I was like, wow, well, he showed me, man. Hey, but yeah, this card looks like it's going to be an interesting card. There's a lot of repeat matches, but I'm just going to sit back and watch. At this point with WWE, Vince is going to do what he wants to do. So is the rest of the gang. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. I mean, I have several other promotions that I watch anyways. So, I mean, at this point with them, I just sit back and say, okay, what are you going to do now? And that's it. Yeah, that's great, Rob. Honestly, but hey, here's the thing. Tell Sean Hardy and Sean Carlson, try to put it on Fight TV.
Yeah,
I'll pay for it. Put it on title match. I'll pay for it. For those of you wondering what that was 1CW. Yes, they're actually in Delaware. They're in Delaware, right?
Yeah, Houston, Delaware. Spelled like Houston, but it's pronounced Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Houston, Houston. So if you're in that area, definitely check them out.
They got a show tonight, man. It's gonna be awesome. Hall of Fame ceremonies and all that.
Yeah, they got a lot of cool people there, and yeah, man, support indie wrestling, man. That's where like 99% of your superstars in AEW and WWE and Impact come from. Stuff right from those places like there. So definitely check them out as well. And before we close we close this show, y'all got any final predictions y'all think are gonna happen over the show?
I might have something.
Ooh.
So what the show starts, and then because we might get Roman and Jimmy in Hell in a Cell, but I feel like same time they would have done that instead of giving us Ray. So I feel like that could be like a last minute thing that might happen, but I'm not sure. But like they have to do something with Roman, but they can't just put it on SmackDown and call it a day.
Well, you could be right. Like I said, from what I read on one of the dirt sheets, is that the USA Network, which is the station that airs SmackDown, they weren't happy. No, wait.
They do Raw, Fox and SmackDown.
Yeah, well, I read somewhere. I think it was USA. They were unhappy with WWE.
Yeah, I've read that too. Yeah,
putting that match on SmackDown on network TV.
I did not see. I did not hear about this.
Yeah, so I think it would not surprise you. You do have a you do bring up a valid point there. It would not be surprising if, in order to appease the network, Vince actually makes that happen. I wouldn't put it past Vince. You know, Vince is a businessman, and I mean,
yep.
Yeah, that's what he would probably do. I was honestly speaking, I was really hoping for like Roman and Jimmy to have it out, man, and then Roman put a beat down on Jimmy, and then Jimmy has to acknowledge him. I was really hoping for that. I wasn't hoping to have him say like, "You want to fight me? You think it's easy to be talking to your brother? You're his oldest brother. You're older than him. You're supposed to reel him in. I need you to." I was like, "Oh, you see?" I mean, I was trying to see like some hands being thrown, man. I was like,
yeah, Roman's manipulative, man. That was gaslighting at his finest last week, man. James was like, yeah, he's like, you're right. I don't want to fight you. It's like, oh man, Roman, oh, you bastard. Oh man, talking all that trash. Like, yeah, I don't want to fight. No. Oh man, Roman.
I'm like, that's your twin brother, man. You should have been like, shoots. Could have been worse. It could have been Haku he was talking to like that, Jimmy.
Remember Valley Anawai when she told stories about growing up with them and stuff, man? They used to be all crazy, man. They wrestle around, put doors and holes in the walls.
Haku would have been like, what?
Yeah.
Never mind Haku. But yeah, how about you, Rob? Any prediction? Oh, so Alicia said, okay, Alicia, if you want, you can work on that. You can have that be your assignment and then get back to. As a matter of fact, you can actually DM me about that. But yeah, we'll discuss that offline. Jordan Joestar 21 says he thinks Bobby Lashley is going to win. Okay, all right. You're not on the same boat, man. Team Lashley. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting pay-per-view. I'm definitely looking forward to it. A lot of repeat matches, I'm still looking forward to it. But with that being said, it's time for us to shut down the show. We're going to have, for those of you that have your own opinions or predictions, we'll be having polls open on Twitter and maybe Instagram. And you can definitely vote for who you think is going to win and whatnot. And if you have any other like things that are going to happen, just feel free to tell us and let us know. But with that being said, Joey, where can fellow fans find you on social media? First off, thank you for actually taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show.
Thank you for letting me have. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Tell Trevor we're sorry. Hopefully we can have him back on another time. he was probably busy. I know he has I think he plays football or whatnot. So
I think it's the cross practice he might have. I'm not sure though.
yeah, so I know how it is. But yeah. So Joey, where can fellow fans, find you on social media if they want to, talk wrestling or talk video games and whatnot?
Well, on Twitter, it's at hello, it's me, Joey, and
Awesome.
that's really the best place to find me.
Oh, wouldn't it be crazy if you met Bailey?
I kid you not. Before like everyone has their own like funny internet name and all that stuff. I had one. I changed it. That second one, I was like, I just hate this name. I want to get rid of it. I just want to have my own name. But I can't just put Joey and call it a day. And so I'm literally just going through Twitter. I see Bailey's. It's me, Bailey. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna steal that idea.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be funny if she said, "I Rob, could you see it? Ding dong, hello," and then Joey's like, "It's me, Joey."
That's all right. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be yeah, that would definitely be a moment to capture.
Definitely.
But yeah, so Rob, how about you, man? Where can fans find you on social media if they want to talk wrestling beyond the show? And where can bookers and promoters find if they want to book you for their shows? If they want to use your refereeing services.
Yeah, we're still working on that though. But yeah, eventually, yeah. But you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Rob_base82, and then YouTube and Facebook, Rob Base.
Awesome. And if you want to find our mod on Twitch, Alicia the Warrior Princess, you can find her on Twitter and Instagram under Endo Survivor 282. She's a real cool person. Definitely go ahead and give her a follow. She's been doing great work as our mod. Alicia, I don't know. We don't know what we would do without you. We really and truly appreciate you joining our team as well. And Kathy, sorry you couldn't be here. Hope you're doing well. We'll see you next week and all that good stuff. Even though you do give us a lot of trouble and cost us a lot of money with your crazy misadventures, we still got love for you. But if you want to find me on social media, not that I have the coolest things to say, but you might get lucky. I'm on Twitter at @TheRemyBlue. I'm also on Facebook under Remy Blue. And you can also find our podcast on social media. That's right. Not only are we on here on YouTube, but we're also on Twitch under Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. If you put in Ringside Society, you'll find us. And we're also on Instagram and Twitter under Ringside Society as well. And we also have a Teespring store where we're selling merchandise. It's under Ringside Society. Just Google it. You'll find it. YouTube, definitely make sure you check us out. Definitely make sure you follow us subscribe to us, because we have a lot of interesting interviews on here. We have ones with, not Heidi Morgan. Princess Victoria, one half of the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Soraya Knight, we recently had Maddie Rankowski. And we have a lot more interesting interviews coming up. As a matter of fact, next Thursday, we will be having two women that have been making a name for themselves on AEW. The Renegade twins, Robin Renegade and Charlotte Renegade. They will be on here next Thursday. So make sure you actually tune in at that time. I think we have them on Thursday at 7:00 p.m. I could be wrong, but just keep checking our social media and you'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Our second set of twins, and this time they're actually wrestlers. So make sure you tune in for that. But until then, we just want to thank everybody that tuned in live tonight. We really and truly do appreciate it. To those of you that are going to listen to us later on by our YouTube, Twitch, or even our Facebook group videos, thank you in advance. And those of you that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish that we would just go away. Well, we're sorry you feel that way, but like myself in a Golden Corral buffet, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
And we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're definitely not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not as any podcast. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for our guest, Joey. What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And until next time, y'all stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night.
Bye.
Stay classy, Delaware.